your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. Beautiful day, waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream, special Saturday night. I figured I was wrapping up doing my inlay. I might as well go ahead and do a stream. So I want to thank everybody that watches this live or watches later. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give thumbs up, likes, all that good stuff. But yeah, we're about finished up here, so I figured I'd just go ahead. It's just going to be a little stream tonight, probably not very long. I don't know yet. But the basics of the inlay is pretty much going to be done once I get this little part done. And then I've got 3 more rows that I'll be adding to the top to do the hanging of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I will have to extra edit this one because once I get this row done, I will turn it the other way and we'll show it off and do all that stuff. But for the most part, it'll be done. Like I said, I got 3 more rows that I'll add to the top. I'm going to do those all in black. Progressively larger rings so it can attach to a bar decent enough, I hope. At least that's the plan. I'm going to run out tomorrow and get me a couple bars. I normally have some that I keep around, but I've done so many inlays as of late that I haven't restocked my bars, so I need to go get some more. Oh, I need to turn back on the music too. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I know probably a lot of people might be out tonight, but we're still just going to hang out, try to have some fun here. Get this done, show it off. If you come back later tonight, and watch us then. But like I said, I only got a little handful of ones to do here. I was actually going to finish it up a little bit earlier. I was like, well, why don't I do a stream when it's a little after 8 my time right now. I don't know what time it even is. It's almost 10. But I had to do the cats and everything, and then it dealt with some other stuff. And next thing I know, it's closer to 9:30 when I have to do the second part of the cats. So I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and do that, and then once that's done, I'll do a little stream. Like I said, I don't know how long we're going to go tonight. I don't have any kind of set time, so if people show up, we start chitter-chattering. Could go a little longer. Otherwise, we'll just kind of finish up when I feel like I need to go take a break or whatever. We'll see how it goes. I am tired tonight. That will be part of the factor. We'll see how awake I can stay. I was up pretty early this morning, and so I'm pretty tired, but I was like, man, I just want to get this finished up, start on my upper part. I'll probably get it a little bit done tonight of the hanging rings, and then, why did I do that? And then, hopefully in the morning I'll be able to finish up another good portion of it, if not all of it. And get my rod, start getting some pictures done. I'll be working on the time lapse once I get all that done too. So it probably won't though be till Tuesday, possibly Wednesday when I post pictures. I don't know yet. Kind of depends on what happens. I'm going to get some of this stuff around so I can kind of send off to the school, kind of get an idea of what's going to happen on that front. And then we'll see, I might wait just a little bit to post it if they want to do something with it. If not, then I'll post away. So it depends on how long all that takes. We'll see. Depends on if I can get it all done by tomorrow. I do have Chiefs game on tomorrow though, so that's going to take some of my time. That's why I don't know if I'm going to get out and get my bars early or not. But and really, this was going to be done yesterday. That was the plan, and it would have been. But Thursday we got done streaming. I got a little bit more done on it shortly after we streamed. But then a little bit early in the evening, we had kind of a major kind of blowout in a way with our shower. It was leaking. The drain was leaking, so I had a mess to kind of clean up Thursday night. I couldn't really get into too much Thursday night by that time. to see what was going on. So most of yesterday was spent working on that. I still need work to do on it, but I got it to a point that at least it's usable, and I'm going to tear into it here this next week probably, and see what else I can do. I got several little projects I need to get going, and caught up around the house. But yeah, so that took all my yesterday. But I made up for it today. I've gotten in, I think, about 5.5 hours today on this so far, to get it finished up. Made up for yesterday, you know. If I can average 2 to 2.5 hours a day, we're good. So this evened it out, other than, you know, I would have rather it had been done yesterday so I could be hanging it on the bar today. Which, again, that's what's going to play by tomorrow. If I can, depends on how the morning goes. I might run out early and get it. Pick up a few, actually. I normally have like 4 different size bars that I keep on hand, so just never know when I might need what for what. So, and I want to go with a metal one on this. Sometimes I use wood dowels, and I do have that on a couple of my others, but that's just because those were more temporary holders, because eventually all that's going to change on how they get hung. But we will get along and get her done. That's all. I'll be glad to be done in a way. I mean, it definitely was a lot longer. I'm not sure where I'm at on my hours. We're probably going to be right around the 90-ish hours, I think. But, and that's what I figured as soon as I did the first, 30 minutes. When I reconfigured, I was like, okay, that's going to be about 90 hours. 90 to 100, depending. And it's going to run right about that. It's making the time lapse a little difficult, but when you got that many hours, you have to cut down and to try to do it in 2 minutes. We're going to see what can be done. See how it'll work, how it will play out. But other than that, today it was just, like I said, mostly just doing this and the normal, try to just keep things up around the house. And had a little bit of rain today, nothing major, but just pretty decent overall, though, temperature-wise. I think we got up to about 79, maybe 80, but getting nice now. We still got to turn on the attic fan. It's pretty nice out. I can't, what does it say over there? I can't see it. I think it says 60-something, 68 maybe. I got a little thermometer thing that goes outside, and wireless little thing, and tells me the temperature is outside, but I can't quite see it from here. It's on my desk. It's been pretty nice and finally cooled down. It's kind of a little muggy and a little bit there with the rain, but a little sun poked out. Took a break at one point and I did a little cloud video. There's some cool looking little clouds out there. I watched them for a while before I was like, I should have put the camera on this, so then I finally went and grabbed the camera. I wanted to put it in a different spot, but I was afraid because we were kind of getting clouds coming from one way and clouds from the other way, and I didn't want to get rained on, so I tried to keep it in a spot where I wasn't going to get rained on in case it started raining, because it was kind of a little spotty. This afternoon was spotty rain. We just had a dark cloud move through and give you a minute of light rain and but I did that for a little bit, played with some video during another break. I took the video, started it up, and actually come over and was working on this for a little while it was recording. When it got done, I took it off and played around with it while I took a break. For my hands, they're pretty worn out today. I got a big old callus on my pinky right now. It's warming one on my thumb a bit. Thought about wrapping it, but close enough to done now to be pointless. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Like I said, we're just kind of hanging out, getting stuff done here. We will be here Tuesday. It's going to be a pretty busy day. I almost thought about not doing a stream. I'm not sure what we're going to do on the stream, but we'll do a little something on Tuesday anyway. And I got some laser work I need to get done. We got the band stuff going on that night, so she is technically done. Like I said, I still got the hanger part to do, but overall, Hopefully I can fit it in the screen here. I know it's fairly, yeah, I guess it's pretty much just barely fitting in the screen. I could probably adjust the screen a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with it. Right now laying flat, it's pretty decent. I am a little worried here. You can kind of see some jiggly here in the center because my frost was a little bit larger AR. You don't get that in the gold or the red. You get some movement, but not like you get here. I'm hoping I'm not going to get a bunch. I don't want it to bunch up like this, and that's what I'm worried about. But we'll see. Once I actually get it hung, that's going to be the thing. I could come in here and possibly do a contraction or two in here to help tighten that bunch up there, you know, where you won't have that problem. But I don't know how that would look either, because it will take off the geometry per se. I mean, you see everything's pretty even. I think that might poke out if there's one that's way off like that in a way, because instead of going through 2 and 2, you're going through 2 and 3 for contraction. So, but anyway, that's what we were going for. That's what we came up with. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with it so far. We'll see how it hangs, and you never know. I might end up taking it off a hanger if I don't like how it's hanging. I might try to do a full pull stretch and mount it into a frame of some sort. I don't really like to do that. I've only done it once, but really, I have only done it one time, but I didn't like it, so I pulled it off. So, I really haven't done it per se. I've seen many people do it, but we're going to see how it comes out when it's hanging. But I'm going to kind of probably figure out which way I need to go here and get some rings out. Here's these rings right here. We're going to move up gradually. I'm going to start with some 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to go up to 5/16, and then probably up to 3/8. And that should give me a 3/8 should hold a 1/4 inch bar, and a 1/4 inch bar should be good enough where I'm not going to get any droop in it. I'm a little concerned in a way because this actually got quite a bit more weight than I was expecting it to be, but right now we're at 16,675 rings. We're going to add 3 more rows, so roughly about another 450, a little under, to finish it off, to get the hanger part. Unless, again, I change that up. Which way we're going. So, yeah, I guess it needs to stay there, and we'll come in it that way. We start up there. Yeah, I guess that's the way I need to do it. But if anybody drops in, just say, hey, let me show it, and I'll be happy to unroll it today. It's the last day, kinda, so I don't mind if I need to do a little extra editing to the one last video. That won't be a big old thing. So get back up on the table here, and you can come on off here. I guess I didn't need this for a long time, but that was where my starter ring was a month ago. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I was like, dude, that was weird. It just disappeared on me. It went into Neverland. Alrighty, so like I said, we're going to move up to sing gauge, but we're just going to go with some bigger rings, 1/4 inch rings, and see how it looks. My biggest issue I'm having right now is I don't know if I'm going to have enough 5/16 inch rings. This is something I didn't think about. Man, it's hard to believe that they were that much bigger. Really? 3/16 go inside of a... Just curiously wondering now. No, it's kind of close. It just looks so much larger than what I've been working with for so long that it feels funky. Funky. So, like I said, we're just going to come through, do the same weave, just a basically 4-in-1, but we're just going to graduate our rings to be a little larger, so we can go up across to a bigger bar. I normally try to go the smallest bar I can get away with that won't have any droop in it, and I also want to make sure if it looks like it might even want to, I normally go up a bit, just so that over time, you know, the weight over time can kind of do a little bend to it. And so far, everything I've done has held up pretty good to to their weights, and because I've used some stainless steel 16 gauge to, actually that's what I use to make my bar per se for the Punisher inlay. I just hand did that one, and I did a West Virginia one, custom piece a while back, and did the same thing with it. I haven't heard back on that one, but I'm pretty confident it's held up well enough. As long as you don't start pulling on them, I mean, even if I used a 1/4-inch bar and this long, because I didn't take a measurement. We'll have to take a measurement here before we end tonight. I know it's just over 2 feet wide, I think, because every time I move it down, it covers my tape measure down here. I can see it's all the way from end to end at least, so it's got to be right around 24, probably around 18 tall, I would imagine. Roughly, maybe 20-ish. Like I said, I'll grab a tape measure here whenever I get close to deciding them. We're going to close it up tonight. Like I said, we're not going to do a long one. We could go long. I don't know. Just depends on if anybody shows up. I thought about sharing this to my personal page, and I might have a few other people pop in because of that, but I'm like, I don't want to necessarily post about this too much. I mean, I am building it during a stream, so it's kind of out there, but I'm not like fully push it out there. I mean, if I push it on my friends list, there'll be a lot, because I've got a lot of friends that we're in school with, we're still friends with, so that's when it'll make a bigger splash for most of those people, per se. Most of them love the Chief stuff, so I mean, this is a little different, and they'll probably be surprised to see something that's not Chiefs related on an inlay, because it has been a while since we, I mean, I guess we did a tic-tac-toe board, chessboard here in the last year. Well, a little over a year ago, I guess. Hopefully we don't have the kind of weird, crazy fall this year that we had last year, and things can be a little more normal. That would be nice. Well, these are going to be I think after this I can just flip it over and be able to work with it closer to me constantly, on a more constant basis, because we're using bigger rings. There's more play, there's more give. Right now I'm still working this way because I got to go through those, and I don't know, I might be able to, I guess I could try to flip it over and see. Like I said, I had to do it this way just because of the ring sizes before, and this would be the natural way of doing it when I was using those other ring sizes, but the biggest problem was having enough room to close it, because you only had a little bit of wiggle room with these other rings. And this, it's seeming like I've got a bigger, I mean, you know, I can come all the way over. I mean, it's definitely going to be looser, I guess. I didn't think about that. It's like, I know the ring's bigger, same gauge though, so I was expecting it to kind of be tighter in a way, but now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I'm a big old dummy. I should have known bigger circumference here. It's going to make it overall wider. And it's still going to pull it pretty tight once it's hanging, and that's what the next row will do. Will actually give me more room for them to more turn sideways, so that the bar can go through. Once the bar goes through, it wants to twist them out a little bit, and so you lose some of your room. I mean, you think about a 3/8 inch ring and a 1/4 inch bar going through it should be no problem. Yes, under normal circumstances, going straight. But we're doing odd angles and tweaking angles, so it'll be a little different once we actually get into putting a bar through it. And that's why I'm thinking 3 should be enough. I thought about just doing 2, but I thought the transition and the ring sizes would be a little too great, because I was like, if I just do 1/4 inch and then straight to 3/8, I was like, I don't know, I think that might just look a little too weird. So I was like, if I do a middle one, but I will have to count out my 5/16 inch rings and see, because I don't have any more over my stock wall, which does surprise me, but it was probably, I'm sure most things I'm low or running low on are out of right now, because they've been out for a while. Though I did get an email yesterday that said they had several other things in stock, so I'm gonna have to be going here and this next week and make another halfway decent order, get some of my Christmas stock stuff in, rings for making up Christmas stuff. Well, I did see Chain Reaction ring over there, Wally. They got some mist tints that I want to contact him and ask him what kind of colors they are, and if I can get them in a particular size, if they got multiples in those. I like the mist tints. I like to have them just around. I've got several that I have used in the past, and they're kind of nice to mix into things. Sometimes I'll use them with some inlays if I really want that more of a bleeding contrast. Using shades of a blue for the background sometimes can help just kind of, make it not look so blotchy per se sometimes. So, and then other times I just like them because you can have those one kind of pieces that you'll let people know. Yeah, that's the only ring color or one I'll have of that one because it's an odd ring color. Won't be carried normally, And then you can make some cool, what do they call it, ombre style, if you mix them just right. And if you mix them from multiple companies, you can get. Well, I did try that once with some purples that I got from several people, and I was trying to use them all, and I think that was the problem. I was trying to mix all these purples together. I think if I would have pulled out probably, because what did I have? I think I had 8 shades of different purples. 7 or 8. If I would have pulled out probably 2, maybe 3, I think it would have been okay. But there's just a couple of the purples that were they just kind of stuck out there a little too much, I think. I think a bigger thing was if I would have had like 3 more colors, maybe it would have worked. So it was either take away 2 or 3 or add 2 or 3, I think would have made it work okay and look okay. Just didn't quite have enough. But I think it was the purple that I had more of a variety of. I do have a little bit more on the blue side though now. I've got some tealy blues. I got a couple different teals from different companies, so they're a little bit different than each other. Then I got the TRL blues that are the dark blue, the light blue. They have a medium blue that I got some rings of. And then I've got Chainmail Joe blue. We've got Mail blue. Who's the other? I think I got one other somebody's blue. So I think that's the next best one I've got. I'm trying to find the reds, but it seems like more times when I get the reds, they come out. I don't know. They got what the TRL called Santa Hat, I think, or something like that. It's definitely an odder kind of red, but it kind of works well with. I liked it with a mixing of some Chainmail Joe red. Chainmail Joe's not super shiny. TRL's a little shinier, and that's what's hard to mix sometimes because, like we've got mail, theirs it seems to be more of a matte, at least in the ones that I've gotten. Now, I got a ton of their stuff several years ago. I don't use a ton of it yet, but, I'm trying to look over there at Chain Reaction. I need to sit down. I need a plan, an inlay with just his rings, and just only using that. But they don't have everything I quite need yet. Frost is always the biggie. Nobody else has a frost that I've seen anyway. I don't go looking all the time, but the other colors, I could still mix in with the others, so. And with his mist tints now, it's like, I just need to get over there and give me in a $200-300 freaking order. Never ending. You look at you get a big old giant order of rings in, and you're like, this should last me for a couple months at least, and then within like 2 days, you're like, well, okay, I need to place another order. I do have paper that's got a list of stuff I already need from. I just got an order, just a month ago when we started this. I got in rings for this plus other projects. Half of one other inlay I got. some other rings they didn't have at the time before the order before that. Now I need some more dog tags. I need some more scales. What was the other? Well, and then I need to check the colors. That's the other thing that I noticed with TRL. I like their old way when you put in their system, email me when you get them in stock. It kind of sucks because I think I probably have it set up to have probably at least 10, possibly 15 items that are out of stock to email when they're in. And I'm getting an email saying, hey, your item's in stock now, but it's not telling me what item it is. So out of the 15 things I need, I got 3 emails saying 3 are in stock, but I have no idea what 3 they are. So now I have to go search for it, look through my list of stuff, look through my rings, see what I actually need, because I know I need some other colors too. Like I said, I didn't realize I was that low on the black. I normally always have a pretty decent amount of black. Most of the main colors, I got a pretty decent backup of at least a bag, or if not 2 of every size. I posted, I think, some pictures of my ring wall I got little grid walls that I used and made an H on a platform that I can roll around and hang hooks on, and I've got rings hanging all over it. And plenty of room to add more, so that's what's sad. I don't need more. And then I actually have a little rolling one, little cart thing that I got that I was going to try to use at events, but it's just too flimsy. I don't like it, so I ended up using it for my chainmail Joe rings. They could go on the other cart, but at the time that cart was here, and I needed to put those rings up. And I was like, well, I'll just put them on this and wheel this over here. So now I have 2 supposed kind of carts over there full of rings. Never ending. I mean, I could stop you ordering rings. The only problem is then I'm limited on what I can do color-wise. Not necessarily what I can do weave-wise, because I got so many different colors. I could pretty much make any weave I wanted, out of anodized, because I got all the sizes. Well, there are still a few here and there I don't have, but if I ever need just silver or stainless or whatever, like I said, I can make up my own for that. So no biggie there. Where are we at here? We've been going about a half an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and put this other ring in here, and I'm going to lay this back out. We'll show it again. I'm going to get my tape measure. Like I said, I want to measure it. I didn't measure it when I laid it out this last time. So it'll be a good time since, like I said, we're about half an hour in. And I don't know how long we're going to stream. Like I said, I just wanted to get this done. We're just working on hanging the hanger part now, the hanging rings. Get this moved up. The rings I'll use to put a metal bar through. Let me get a tape measure here. Get this kind of pulled the best I can. Get a rough sizing on it. But if you're coming back or if you're just joining us, you'll see it now. Like I said, this is fully done. I'm just adding top rings to put a hanging bar on. So we're right at 2 feet wide. So that's pretty good. And just the inlay itself is 19 tall. We'll probably be adding, I'd say by the time we add those 3 rows, we'll probably be at 20 inches. So 24 by 20 is going to be a pretty decent size. I've been looking up at the camera now and trying to get a better view of it myself. Sitting at the angle I sit at compared to the angle that the computer cameras can get, it's definitely different. But like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll go ahead and show this again in case you're watching and you didn't see it. If you don't want to go back to the beginning of the stream, you can kind of see it here. Time isn't really time-wise, 10:22, so not too bad. But we're probably going to go ahead and do just a little bit more on the top here, and then we'll probably close up the stream for the night. Let's see, can I flip it over? I'll just do it from this side down here. No, I still need to fold it though. Well, it would have been better to go the other way on that though now. I might be able to, we're going to see. We're going to test it and see what happens. If I can work it this way, we're going to work it this way. Is that a single? I need to do a single and a double. Just so I can do. Actually, yeah, that's why I was doing it that way. I'll have to change it up on the next row, because then, one, I'll have more play anyway, but two, I'll be using TRL rings, so I'll actually be opening them a different way. That's the problem with the Chainmail Joe rings. Not a problem, but, you know, for me, when I made my own rings forever, I always coiled them one way, cut them one way, so they opened one way. When I started doing TRLs, they did theirs the same way. Chainmail Joe's does theirs different. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. If and when, well, not if, I know it's going to be more of a when. I'm going to be doing another normal looking tie that I actually go the wrong or right way and use expansions in them and make a nice normal looking graduated open ties, you know. The problem I didn't like with the first one I did was all the rings were cut the same way, and so by the time I got done with the tie, if you just hold up the tie, if it's laying up against you, it's fine, it'll lay flat, but when you hold it up, it wants to kind of spin. By the time it gets from top to bottom, I think we probably get almost a half a curl in it, and that would go away if I use rings coiled one way and then the other way. So the next one I want to do, just so I can show the difference to it for myself, show it to people, and then I can show it. So going, this is what happens when you use one-way coiled ring. This is when you mix it. If I was to go all coiled the other way, it would twist the other way, and that's just the natural though that thing that happens with chainmail. When you coil rings like we coil them, you're going to get a natural curve to one direction because of being coiled. So, not really a way of getting by that, at least economically. There's probably, I'm sure there. I mean, when I've thought about it before, I thought of ways that you can get around that, and you can make much better and more accurate rings per se. But time and cost-wise, it wouldn't be affected because, you know, then your $20 piece now becomes a $100 piece because of that. Is it worth it in a way? That's where you find that happy medium you always are trying to find. Because yes, in a way, it would be better, but you know, and that's the thing with between everybody's rings, and I'm starting to. I think TRL has started using different size blades to cut their rings because the curve, the missing material from when they make a cut. I've noticed on some of the newer ones seems to be a little bit larger, and so the kerf will always make, no matter what, because of how it's cut, and you try to close up that ring, you're always actually making more of an oval. You're not making a circle because of that. And that's one of the ways you could overcome that is by making your dowel, your bar that you're winding on, if you did make it oval to that slight offsetness. The thing is, you have to be very careful with it. Then you have to cut it properly, because if you cut it in the wrong way, you could make it more of an oval. So you need to cut it the proper way to make it come into center. So, I mean, there are ways of doing it, but again, cost-effective, time-wise, and everything like that becomes your issue. And it would be a different story if I was, you know, now I didn't do that because I don't have a way of making my own, you know, dowel rods to do that. But it would be more likely something I would want to do if I was doing like a fine silver, a silver piece, a gold piece. And if somebody wanted a super special, you know, stainless and brass or something like that, maybe. that's something you have to talk with your clients about. You know, when you're talking with them, you let them know. You know, I try to give them as many options in a way as possible. I don't want to go overboard on the options, but there are so many options when it comes to chainmail. Yeah, I can make you a nice, you know, $10 bracelet that's super quick, easy, looks good, out of aluminum. Or we can step it up and you can go into some, you know, metals of stainless steel or something. Then those can stainless steel and silvers. Then you can weld those up, which again is just going to raise the price up. So, you know, a $10 anodized aluminum bracelet could become a $100 sterling silver bracelet, titanium bracelet, stainless steel bracelet, depending on the options you want to do to it. And, you know, if anybody wants to order that kind of stuff, that's why I like to chat with the people on the Facebook and whatnot through email, saying, hey, I want to make sure I'm getting what you want. I'm not trying to upsell you on anything, but there are other options here, you know, that will, you know, make it necessarily last longer. You know, if you're making something out of stainless steel, depending on the wire gauge, you don't necessarily need to weld it. But if you weld it, you're guaranteed a few extras on it, you know. I just had a couple wallet chains go out that were stainless steel, and you know, I told them, you know, this is what it is. I can, you know, for X amount more, I can do welded one. These rings won't come apart. Now, I always leave a few unwelded as safety rings, because even stainless steel, they're hard to pull apart, but I don't want. Now, again, if they want them all done, but I normally like to leave someplace where it's going to come apart if there's enough force given to it. I would say, though, it's not probably going to matter because it wouldn't give so much. I think you'd still end up messing something up on your person before that would end up giving, but most of my stainless steel pieces, I always tell people, you know, you got to be careful with this. It's welded, or, you know, stainless steel. It's going to hold up much better. So your wrist might give out before this stainless steel bracelet's going to give out. So you better be a little careful. With wallet chains, I'm more than sure that even on a fully welded one, you're going to end up losing a belt strap before you're going to break the chain. So, I mean, that's not a bigger thing, or you rip your jeans or something. Here goes that motorcycle again. He's been everywhere today. Well, not everywhere, but I've heard him like 12 times today. Down the street. Yes, we hear your motorcycle. It makes noise. So, where are we at in our time? We're about 38 minutes. I'm probably just going to go ahead and finish up this bunch that I have here on the table. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and call it quits for tonight. I'll go ahead and unwrap it again and show it once again. But I do want to thank anybody that did drop in tonight. I don't think I missed any comments. I hope I didn't miss any comments. If I did, I do apologize. But I think we're doing pretty good. I know I had some people dropping in here and there. I've seen some counts go up and down, but I'm not sitting there steadily watching it to see how long they were here and all that good stuff. But I do thank you all for dropping in if you did. But don't forget to give the thumbs up, shares, likes, all that good stuff. Our normal days are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. Central. I know this one's a little out there, but like I said, I was wanting to get it finished up and be able to show it off a little bit. Hopefully I can get it showed off more this next week. But we'll be here Tuesday. I don't know what we're going to do. Probably a small project, something quick. Could end up doing just some laser work. I don't know yet. Because I do got some stuff I need to get done on the laser. There could be a slight possibility that I postpone Tuesdays, but I do have some things to do. But I'm hoping by Monday we'll be done with this for the most part, other than maybe getting some more pictures or whatnot. So I can get a few other things done that would allow for an easier Tuesday. But we're just going to have to play it by ear, see how it goes. Hopefully we have a good day tomorrow and a Chiefs win. Definitely want that. I don't like that loss on that Thursday. I've had to wait too long to recoup the loss. We need a good win tomorrow. So, go ahead and get this out here, and that's the top. So, scoochy. So here it is, one last time on the stream tonight. Where we're at. Like I said, it'll change up a little bit once we get it hanging. Hopefully it'll hang right. But right now, I'm pretty happy with it anyway. So hope y'all like it. But we're going to go ahead and close up for tonight. I hope y'all are having a good weekend and have a great rest of your weekend. If you're having some fun tonight, have fun. If not, have a great Sunday. But otherwise, we'll catch you guys on Tuesday. So peace out.